Soon approaching here in this round of the Porsche Esports Supercup, heading their way through Curveball Fair 10-15 of this circuit. Important to maximize your exit out of there. It benefits you all on the run all the way down to Bonchman, and we might be seeing a move for P3 soon because we do have Sebastian Job that's sort of positioning himself for the launch out of Blanchimont, and here he comes actually. If we can get a view of this one, down towards the bus stop, here comes Sebastian Job, outbraking move on the outside line. If you get this right, you have the inside for the second apex, but he's overcooked it a little bit too much. Now door to door, literally so, with Mitchell de Jong as they almost get in a tangle off of the bus stop. Across the line then, they'll take this battle all the way down towards the last source hairpin. Sebastian Job still on the outside, and that de Jong almost door banging again on that inside line. Still door to door on the run down the hill towards Eau Rouge. Who's going to back out first?
Well, let's have a look as they come down in towards Eau Rouge, and it's going to be staying side by side all the way up the hill, and it's going to be Sebastian Job wiggling, and they're going three wide, two of them off track, and Sebastian Job, I think, was just getting out of the gas pedal. He's going to lose a position as a consequence of that one, but that was between them.
A big wiggle for Sebastian Job. It's a drag race down towards Eau Rouge once again, but it looks like Tommy Oster's going to come out on top of that one. Side by side behind as well between the cars of Rogers and Carroll, and they all squirrely through there. Rogers somehow holds it together, but the thing is, everything is now stacked up behind these guys. We're going to go three wide down the Camel Straight. Jamie Fluke looking to get himself involved every which way as well. Mitchell de Jong on the outside, Carroll in the middle, and it's going to be Rogers on the inside. Rogers backs out, makes it 2x2 between Carroll and de Jong, and that's Carroll punted towards the outside of Lecombe. It collects a car behind of Jared Filsell, and more drivers are getting involved.
Yeah, so Graham Carroll is trying to be cautious, shall we say. Look at that. They're still waiting to try and find their way back onto the racetrack, and they make... Oh, come on, Graham. You can do better than that one, my friend. But we get ourselves another look at this one because it's been a crazy minute, and it all started around here with Sebastian Kidd. I will say though, last time around we talked about a magical defensive drive in terms of Martin Kroenke. What a fantastic defensive drive today by Patrick Holtzman in that number 27 machine.
I would hold that thought just for now because Tommy Ostergaard hasn't really been close enough to be able to challenge your race leader. Holtzman has just been managing this gap between P1 and P2, which takes a whole different skill set of its own. I do agree, but now Ostergaard going to be in the position here, not going to go for the dive bomb just yet in towards Lecombe. He has about 2.5 laps to try and make this pass work, but the thing is, he has his windshield full of Red Bull Racing Esports. He has his rear view and wing mirrors full of Red Bull Racing Esports as well. They'll definitely try to make his life hell. Ostergaard, the lone survivor here at the front of this, the lone Coanda survivor, excuse me, in this particular battle for the podium positions. But the thing is, with 2.5 laps to go, he does have to get a move on if he wants to take the feature race win here today, and $1,000 in the bank as well.
Yes, indeed, sir. And of course, there are prizes as well.
Next time these guys head themselves to the start-finish line, that will be the start of the final lap then. So we still have this battle for the overall feature race win. Patrick Holtzman versus Tommy Ostergaard. And now Ostergaard, Sebastian Job behind him spinning, is actually gifted him an opportunity here because he's not going to be feeling any pressure from behind anymore. He can just focus on the car ahead of him. They'll come across the line. White flag going to be flying here, so that's the final lap of this race going to be at this one, and in towards last source. Ostergaard not going to be close enough. I think he's just got to size himself up for a move now, get that run up through Radion and make the pass complete coming up towards the Lecombe chicane. But the thing is, even if he gets that move complete, there are still opportunities later on in the lap for Patrick Holtzman to make his way by, the main one being down into the bus stop. You can just see Tommy Ostergaard trying to get the good run out of Radion. He does have a pretty good one at that. You can see the weaving that Patrick Holtzman is doing, trying to break the draft, but here comes Ostergaard then. Defensive inside line taken from Holtzman. Ostergaard looking for a move around the outside. They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Ostergaard outside line for Malmedy, and and he gets the traction off the corner as well. He gets position, but this isn't over yet, Will.
It isn't, as they've got themselves half a lap still to go of this race. Tommy Ersgaard then has got Koanda Simsports into the race lead with half a lap to go. 35 seconds remaining now on the play clock as they head themselves down towards Puer for
Turn 1, and Turn 1 can be particularly sketchy because you can actually get 2 of your tyres on that inside curb there and still be relatively okay, but if you take a little bit too much out of it, then that's going to be a bigger issue as we're going to go up for P1 there. That is going to be Phil Sell versus Kroenke through the keyhole. Phil Sell looks to get the run off the corner. He has the slipstream, looks left, looks right, looks left again, and now Phil Sell will look to commit around the outside at China Beach. Turn 4, does he complete the move? Hard on the brakes he goes, side by side with your race leader through the S's section. He's going to get run out of road. No, he's able to hold the inside up over the crest. Fantastic battling here, Paul.
It is fantastic. He got a great run through the keyhole, that's for sure. He's down the inside, but he's got the outside here for turns 8 and 9. It's not the ideal place to be. Onto the grass he goes, and look who's through. It's Kirkahutu. Around goes Phil Sell also, almost. Hopefully he doesn't collect anyone when he rejoins. He doesn't.
And in fact, actually, Gregor Hutu went slightly defensive into the keyhole. Here comes Rogers then. Battle for P2 going on up on your screens for you now. What an aggressive move for Rogers. They will take it side by side. It's a drag race coming down the back straight between young and, I would have to say, old as well for Gregor Hutu. Hutu on the outside line for the Finn. The Australian of Rogers on the inside for turn 4. Can Rogers complete the move? He can take a bow.
That was great stuff from Joshua. Put his nose in there.
15 minutes. Battle for P number 6 though, and P7. It's Jared Philsell versus Joshua Rogers. It's an Australian affair down into turn 5. Rogers down the inside for VRS Koanda Simsports, and he's able to seal the deal over his compatriot.
Yeah, great late breaking maneuver
for that turn 5 hairpin, and that might be just what Sebastian Job has decided to do. Angles towards the inside, door not shut there by Enzo Benito, side by side through turn 5, and there's Joshua Rogers in the Koanda car trying to file his way through as well. We'll bring it side by side with Benito just as Benito tries to get one back over Sebastian Job, but Benito will have to let that one go and fight with the Koanda driver instead as Rogers, he spins Benito.
Oh, round goes Benito. Heartbreak for this race.
Absolutely, side by side for P4 as well. Job and Rogers once again side by side into turn 7, and Rogers forces the issue. Oh, there's contact there with the Red Bull Racing Esports driver of Job, and he struggles to hold it around the outside. He recovers the slide, but that's Rogers through, and now Phil Sell is looking to get a piece of the pie as well. Inside line for turn 11, and they make contact again. Phil Sell, he's able to hold on again as well. Fantastic racing in the bottom end of the top 10.
It's fantastic action. This is what we were promised here in the Porsche Esports.